Good afternoon. Welcome to SM Live, Livestream Thursday, show number 23. It's great to have you with us this afternoon. If you're joining us live, and to those of you that are watching it back on the YouTube channel, that's where you can see all the SalesMaster live streams. So click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already to see that. I've got Howard with me. Howard, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you, Chris. Afternoon, afternoon, everyone.
Recovered from the AM Awards?
Yeah, just about recovered, even though it was over a week ago. Yeah, it was good to be back out and to see lots of people. So yeah,
it was great to be out, and it's good. It's good just to be starting doing those things again. So and looking forward to the show today. So show 2 in this month's series of top tips. So.
Yeah. So we've got 10. It's arguably 10. It's probably really 9.
9
we're
and a
going to
half.
call it 10.
Yeah,
9.5. But yeah, no, lots of features around the menu and navigation across that as well. So yeah, it's going to be really good and useful for people that are using the application or are looking to start using the application in the near future.
Brilliant. Look forward to that. And we've got Annette moderating as always, so please join in, send us a question or a comment through in the YouTube chat, and then Annette will send it through to us and put it on the screen. So I think you have to log in with Gmail or a YouTube account in order to do that. So you can do that while you subscribe. That'd be good. And we've run a couple of these dedicated live streams, haven't we, last couple of weeks, and big go lives happened over the last week or so.
Yeah, some really big ones, and some really long sessions, but obviously Annette doing a really good work and being able to break them up and timestamp them for us. So and everyone's got access to it now. So
it's a good point actually. I did look back some of them online on the channel. If you go, Annette is adding content through to them on YouTube now, so it makes it easier to jump to a certain section of the live stream. So, and we'll probably use that as other shorter videos that we can build on the channel, just to give extra resource for you, just to provide the help and getting you selling more cars. So
yeah,
okay, great. Well, let's get cracking on, shall we? Do you want to set up your screen, and then we'll cut over to you for the start.
Great stuff. Hopefully I am now live.
You are indeed. Yeah, got it.
That bit always works well. I like that.
And some new menu or new icons I've noticed this week as well, actually. So yeah, product team have been doing a bit of a refresh around the app. So.
Really useful. Really smart looking new icons that have been added, and the way they display. So and one of them actually we're going to be looking at today. So watch out for that. But obviously still having build week in there and then the user's name. It's starting to look really new and fresh.
Yeah,
which is good.
Okay, so platform overview then. So where are we going to start?
We're going to start on the navigation menu. So we're going to be hovering over vehicles like so. So we've mentioned these in the past, but always worth reminding them where you can recall previous vehicles that you were looking at. I think it goes up to about 15 of the previous vehicles. So really simple way of just jumping back into that overview on that specific vehicle, like so. But the one that we don't show quite as often is the last view. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to do a really quick search. So I'm just going to have a look for some set lines. I'm just going to pick a color, just like so. So really, really simple search. So we're down to 7 vehicles. Now, if I then obviously take that away and then go back, it actually allows me to jump back into that last view. So you can see that there. Obviously, we've got the list view at the top, which just takes us to our main list of all the vehicles in StockBook. But just being able to jump straight back into that search that we did. And it does all the search, brings all the vehicles in, and any columns that I may have added in at that time as well. So yeah, just a really quick way of if you get distracted, go on to something else, and you just want to recall, you can simply just do that by hitting the last view. Yeah, really good.
That's great. So that's top tip number 1 then on the platform is recents on the main menu navigation. So last few vehicles you were in and that last view that recalls the search that you ran. So yeah, real time saver that if you're sort of jumping in and out of different records and or shortlisting vehicles or just going back to that list view instantly. That's good.
Being able to do that. Yeah, the next one's probably going to be our quickest one of this session, and this is how we can or the user can get in touch with us directly through email. So if we go down to settings here, you'll see based on my permissions as this demo user that I've created, I've got a number of options. I've got users, which we'll have a look at later on as well. System access request. So we'll have a look at that as well, and data imports. But we've got this one down the bottom here is email support. So simply by clicking on that icon, it will just open up your email box to be able to email straight off to us. So it will just pre-populate that and ready to go. So I can click on that, but you might not see it because it'll go onto my other screen. But it's a really simple way of doing that.
Don't open your inbox.
Sorry.
No.
No.
So yeah,
I'll get to.
But one click away for support. So yeah, very easy to get in touch. If you are stuck with anything, obviously you can just get in touch with support just straight from the menu bar at any stage. Just rolling over that on settings. So yeah, it's another, as you say, short one, but good, useful one to know that we're
short one. But yeah, you tend to find not a lot of people spend a great deal of time in the settings. They'll go to settings to probably sign out of the system. Rather, but there's some options there. And again, depending on your permissions on your allocation within the system, as what you want to have or what you've got access to, but that one would always be there.
Okay, thanks for that. So that's top tip number 2.
Good.
So what have we got for number 3?
Number 3, now we're going to be using some of our guided tours. So we're going to go into one that's got quite a little bit of detail in that. So we're going to be looking at the guided tour that is Column Chooser. So we've shown on a number of videos, and it's certainly one of the most used areas of SalesMaster. Certainly when you first get the application and you begin your journey in StockBook or in SalesMaster, where you want to be changing and moving your headers around. But these guided tours, it's just really useful way of understanding how they operate. Certainly for a new user or just for anyone that's kind of wants to refresh themselves on how to use any of the functionality in the system. So I'm just going to jump into Column Chooser as a specific tour, and you can see it will just bring up a menu to start that tour. So really nice way of seeing that. And then it will guide me through all of the steps to be able to take. So it's telling me this is Column Chooser here, so it's showing me where the box is. There's not a huge volume of boxes and really easy to navigate, but it's just a good way of highlighting that for you. And then once you select, it will tell you, and it will highlight all of the headers that you currently have in your view. So which we can see down here. We can see we've got vehicle descriptions, the stock type, the status of the vehicle, model year, and days in stock. So that's exactly as it shows there. I missed out checkbox there, but you can see the checkbox is just before the vehicle description. And then you can just keep going down the next step. So it's saying, okay, these are all of the headers that are now available for you to move around and bring into the view. So again, we can just pick that up and drop them in as we require them. So maybe we should pick on one actually. So just bring in an order number like so. So yeah, and it will just keep moving along as I'm doing the changes within Column Chooser as well. This is the list of columns that are not currently included in your vehicle search results. So yeah, really clear steps of doing that as well. And then moving them around, so it gives you a good indication of that. I'm just going to bring up my screen a little bit so you can see that better. But you can see how you do that, and it really is simple. You just find the header you're looking for. You just select on it, keep your finger down on the mouse, and drop it in the list where you require. So as I say, just a really useful and well-used application within SalesMaster. So whether it be StockBook or FleetBase or any other module within the application to be able to move around. There you go. You've also got the little tip that we always show about the Control F and being able to find any headers within that. So just using the search function. Looks like I searched for you last time, Chris. But if you're looking for a build week or build month, you can see as I just start to type that in, it just finds that for me. So this is really useful way. Obviously, I don't tend to use any of these guided tours particularly. Hopefully, I should know where I'm going anyway. But they're really, really useful. If you didn't know, you were new, or
it's a great,
you wanted
great way of
really
rolling
good.
it out to a number of users, so it's just easy for you to record anytime. But and also as new elements of the platform get updated, more guided tours will be available and so on. So it's always worth keeping an eye on those as well, even if you've been a long-standing SalesMaster user. So.
Yeah, certainly for some of our long-standing ones, they might not have seen this and might not have used it yet. So, really good, useful way. And there you go. So now it will show what's on the main page. So everything that I changed. Obviously, I did add in the order number there. So we saw me do that at the end. Appended it on the end of the view, just up there. So you can see that that's now redrawn that page to include that order number, and then. We can reorder the columns simply by clicking on them. If we wanted to go in days in stock order and vice versa, we can do that in the application. So really, really useful tours. Obviously, that tour that we just went through there was on column chooser. We've got the same on save views. We've got the same on search builder. Lots of convenient ways to be able to get yourself up to speed on the application.
Yeah, that's good. And that takes in that same area, sort of moves us on to the next one, doesn't it? With tip 4 around accessing more video content straight from the app as well.
Yeah, so obviously, we want as many people to subscribe to the YouTube channel as we possibly can. So if you're not, please do. All of our videos, all 23 of them, did you say? Well, it will be 23 after this one.
Yeah.
Are all captured on YouTube. So, and we will, in there, we cover so many of the relevant topics and, some really good support features in the application. But you can also get to that from here as well. So you can see here I've got under my specific tours, I do have one that says cat matching vehicles, and rather than taking us through a step tour through the application, actually just takes us straight to our video, like so. So you see the two handsome chaps just there. It looks like we haven't had our haircut for a while, but that's probably in lockdown. But you can watch that straight off there as well. So and click to see the full view, the full YouTube channel as well. So there is some other. Hopefully, we're going to add some more to this going forward. I think there's one on pricing as well. I just don't have the permission to see that, but. Most people would have in standardly through the application.
So that's bringing in the live stream kind of video interactive content into the guided tours as well, and kind of merging the two together. So all of this stuff is available to you now on SalesMaster. So you can just click the menu bar, have a look, and it will help you through any of those features and tours that are already published. And as I say, that's where we'll add more content to those in due course. And join up the efforts of the work on the YouTube channel as well. So, very good.
Good. So that would just lead to another to our video there. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, and I know this is something that's been asked for by a number of our customers, colleagues, and partners around adding new users to the system. Obviously, through the support, we can get straight to that to be able to set a new user up, but we do have this ability as well if you've got the permission based in your in SalesMaster. So I could do that by just clicking on users like so, and then being able to add a new user. And I think obviously with the system access, I can do that as well. So this way, where I just jumped in there, the system access request would come through to support as well. So you can, as you can see up the blue box up the top right here, just clicking on that and then just being able to send that straight over to us to for support to pick up and hopefully get that done as quickly as possible. But based on permissions, if you do have the access, and of course, do speak to the team and speak to myself about adding this access, especially if you're a manager or administrator within the business that needs the ability to kind of manage the users within here as well, which we'll look at shortly. But simply to be able to add a new user, you can do that simply here by just so I'm just going to do a random one, just so everyone's got my email address, like so, obviously, and then anything on there, and then just simply create that user. You can choose the role within that individual as well. So you can see here we've got a number of roles that you can select, depending on permissions, and you'll know that from your configuration of the system, whether or not you want to put them down as a sales executive or, of course, as an administrator in the business as well. So a few choices in there, and then you can just the next one you might just want to add them to a site as well, like so. So all the sites that would be available in your account will be listed here. So you just be able to simply do that and then add them as a primary site, and then just create the user. All brands will just, if we leave that open, that will just give them availability to anything that's allocated from them within the site. So not too much to do within there, just to create the user once you've completed the first three.
So that area that you're showing now is if you've got access to create a user as an administrator, or within the system admin user. Is there another way that the user access request is just like if your colleague hasn't got access in the system that would send it through to us? That's the difference, isn't it? Yeah.
That's the difference there. So if you just wanted, everyone will have access to this one, so they could just go straight there to be able to request that.
And what sort of information do you have to fill in on that one? It's not as detailed as that. It's just a base form.
So it's just obviously so we can just do the same again. So pretty straightforward. You have the drop down rather than a selection, just to be able to do that, and then just a bit of notification for us to what that access is required from there.
Okay, so that will send to our support team, so anybody can access that. So if your colleague hasn't got SalesMaster and needs it, you can fill that in as a support request. But equally, if you are set up as an administrator on your account on SalesMaster, it would come to that person for them to approve that as well.
Yeah, and I think obviously within this we've got just like it was on the other screen, but works at this site. You select the site that they work at, tick that box, and then you've also got the emails sites. So like an administrator or a manager within a site would receive an email if somebody else from a different site sold one of their vehicles. So you can add them to that list as well. So that's really useful.
Okay, cool. So that's good. So literally everyone's can access new users, but then we're moving in probably to the next one, which is that's tip number 6 on user management. You need to switch into that, do you? So I'm going to just really quickly switch into myself, like so, and I'm going to go into users, like so. So this just based on my permissions, I get to see a bit more information and all of the users within that. The demo user was where we were before, so that's where we were. So I can jump into any individual, but at this stage I'm just going to log in as myself. Unfortunately, it's brought up my age as well next to my name, which is useful. So you can see that at the top right there. This function, within user access and within this area, again, this is permission based, as we mentioned. But it operates in the same way that StockBook does, that any application in SalesMaster works. So, we've only got 5 users in here. That would be very rare from that, from a dealer or a brand or manufacturer perspective. They'd have lots of users in the system, considering it's the whole sales team. But if you're just looking for Chris, for instance, you can use it in the same way you do when you're looking for stock. You just type in what you're looking for, and it has all of the functions on the right hand side as well, so all of the tabs to be able to download the list of users. So if you wanted to extract that,
Column chooser again. Obviously, we just went through the guided tour, so to be able to bring in information from there as well. And we always bring in search count, which is always a good indicator. So it's a good way of seeing how your users are doing in the system. You can sort that ascending and descending like so. So you can see Chris obviously sitting at the top there. So he's probably quite familiar with SalesMaster, would understand it. And maybe the demo user needs a little bit of a nudge. But he's only new, so it's fine. So you can see you can create your own headers, and we do also have Search Builder in there as well. So to be able to look for last signed in, if I wanted to say actually show me people that have last signed in this week, or of course not signed in this week, may be the case, but you can just apply that and it will just show you the individuals like so.
So it's just a net that needs to log in.
Yeah, it's just a net, but I'm not going to criticise anything Annette does as our moderator.
Not today. Especially if she's in control of the chat and can put the messages up on the screen. So
absolutely, we'll leave that. But yes, she's been busy.
What about grouping as well? That's great. I love that you showed me this the other day with the grouping by site or brand as you're going to do. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. So really useful feature. So how many users, if you were looking at users that had signed in this week, this month, and then you want to just group that as a count. So let me see that by brand, or of course by the site name as well, like so. So yeah, just a really good way of monitoring kind of usage of the system. And you tend to find your big hitters are selling the larger volume of stock because they're just looking at everything they've got access to.
Yes, it's usually the people with the highest searches are selling the most cars and things. So it's a good way of managing the engagement in the platform, and therefore upskilling the performance of the sales team. So just ask them to watch YouTube. It's fine. You can also, of course, like everything, like all the other applications, you can just save them. So by site, whatever I want to call this. I could build this as a view. I could pin it as a tab. So rather than me rerunning it, I could just simply do that. So if I just wanted to recall that, I just click on that and it will show me all the information that I wanted to recall from there. So how do users get this? So this is for key system sort of account administrators, basically, from a SalesMaster perspective. If you need this, contact support, and we can activate this in your business. Yeah, absolutely. So subject to the appropriate approval within your business, obviously, to manage this. And lots of our clients do have this. And the one bit that actually, Chris, you just reminded me there by saying that you do. Once you've created the user, if you've got access to be able to have that visibility of the user, when you click on them, you can make some changes. So if you needed to change anything in there, you wanted to move them by site, or of course you want to give them more authority on the system and more permission. You can do that here, but you can also suspend. Okay. So as individuals move on or leave businesses, you can bring that up, and all you do is you simply tick that box based on your permissions and then save it, and it will suspend the user. So not just only adding new users, also obviously removing them as well. Very good. I think we have it's over 7,000 active users at the moment on the platform. So a lot of people busy on SalesMaster. So if you haven't got it, or people in your business haven't got it that think they need it, then get in touch using the access requests, and equally speak to us about the user management to get some of the engagement stats for your sites and divisions. And we'll just try and push all of it forward to get you all getting the most out of the application. Okay, next one, in-app notifications. That's a good one. I need to do something on this. So
you do.
Let's try that then.
That's okay. I thought I was going to talk rather than you, so you could go off and do it. But that's fine. It's a live show.
Yeah, I think we should have that actually. So if you try moving around the system somewhere, you may be notified if if I've done it right.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yes.
Oh,
good old
well,
Steve.
fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for that, Steve.
Yeah, there you go. He says it's published by you, but I'm sure Steve
did all the hard work.
Yeah. So you can see, people using the application will have started to see these. We've been pushing them out for a month or so. They're just really good way of us sending messages out there, and obviously that's a really key one about not forgetting to subscribe. But it, we can do that by, there's a link there as well.
There is.
Fantastic.
Indeed. Yeah.
So just a really great way of keeping everyone updated with anything that's going on with the system.
Yeah, the product guys have done really great on that. So shout out to them for the work they've done. I think it's a really good way for us staying in touch with you as our users, and there's some pretty complex rules and things behind that of how we can send various messages at different layers and things. So really great work to get that out and help get content out to you guys. And notification icon at the top there. So just up into the little envelope there, obviously just to be able to bring them up as well. Obviously I did read that one you sent me, but if I wanted to recall it, I can simply just go into the notification tab up the top and be able to just jump straight on that. So I think over the last month or so we've probably done 9 or 10 notifications that are in the live system. So it's a great way of touching out to the users. Brilliant.
On that as well.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And another positive addition. Okay, where are we up to? Tip 8, I think. We might have previewed this one already, actually, haven't we? So this is the one that you can probably count 2 in one. So we'll maybe do this as.
I'm going to do it slightly different.
Go on.
I'm going to do it slightly different. So just to mix it up, I knew I'd already done this because that was my fault for when I went through the guided tour. It was too clever for me, but nobody noticed, so it's fine. Now we were just to everyone that has access to SalesMaster sees the view as you see it. So it fits within your screen and your visibility of that, but you can use the plus and minus to be able to kind of expand and collapse that like so. But when you've brought in a number of headers into the system, I just trying to find some big stuff actually and just make it wide, so I'm just going to pick some random stuff in there. Like so.
Oh, okay, because we have I think the vehicle description did resize, didn't it? Where you can roll over it, as it's doing now. But if you really want to see more, this is a great way of doing that. So it does do that, as you mentioned with the resize. But you can just start to expand or decrease that size as well. So don't forget using the browser tools. It's a web application, so anything you do on the browser will change the display. So and the same with the Control F or Command F for doing the find and the browser search. So it's often overlooked those kind of things, but can make the workflow a little bit easier sometimes, just to resize, and the other way around as well. If you want to zoom in on something, then that's all available to you. So cool.
Okay, so
that was 8 and 9, then, wasn't it? So now this is 10.
No, we changed it actually. This is 9 and 10.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, this is 9. This is 9 and 10.
Yeah,
fine. So you need to go. We're going to go to split screen here.
Oh yeah. Okay,
I'm just going to refresh my page.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're on split
bring
screen.
In my view. Like so. Okay, so I'm going to do a search.
Yep.
So I'm going to look for some Jaguars. I'm going to look for an E-Pace. What else do we want? Do we want another red one? Like so. Okay, so I'm going to minus the sold as well off there. So I've got 13 vehicles. Really unlucky, but it's fine. It's going to work. So of course I can go in and I can save that view like so. I was going to show you actually the Command F, wasn't I? So I'm going to do that first. So we're adding another tip here slightly, but I'm just going to save that. So I'm going to Jaguar in red, like so, and I want to share that with you.
Yeah.
I can actually use that search function to be able to find you. Unfortunately, you've existed right at the top. But
Yeah.
if I was just using that, you can see just like in column chooser, it highlights over the top, and I can just.
Or if you
click
look
on
for
your
Annette
name
or Simon or someone like that, were they in there as well?
Oh
So
yeah,
that'll be-
they would be there. I'll go with Annette because she would want me to find. I can't find her. You don't say anything. Don't say anything, Chris.
No, nobody else is in there other than me. Just share it with me. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Exactly, so I can push that out to you. Maybe they don't have the brand turned on for Jaguar.
That'll be it. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll restrict that visibility.
Yeah.
So I can do that, and of course I can share that with you as I've just done there. But I could also.
Do you want to hit that? Just save that, and then we can see it. I'll put it. You should push through.
Yeah. Okay. Have you got yours open?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, Jaguar in red. So I've got that on my view. So if I click that, it's going to run the search. I equally haven't got, I don't think, permission to see Jaguar on this one. So it's come up with no vehicles, but it's, the save view has been pushed across to me as a shared view. So yeah, absolutely.
Before I do the next one, have you got permission to see Volkswagen?
Let's find out. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I have.
Okay, great. Okay, live show.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time I'm not gonna create that.
So if you, that's a good way of sharing a view that we use, together a lot, or a standardized report that you want to share across your business. But if you want to just do something a bit quicker, perhaps, then there's a way of that as well. Yeah,
and absolutely, you're absolutely right. We do use this across ourselves internally a lot as well. So we just instead of kind of pushing views, because we could belong to different accounts.
Yeah.
But this way, simply copying that URL, that link up the top there, finding you and being able to send that to you. Obviously, I could email that to you, or I could just instantly message that URL straight across to you. And then as soon as you click on that link,
it's done it. It's taken it through into a new tab, opened up that URL. So great way of just literally copying. But again, remembering it's a web application, so just grab the URL in the address bar and then copy and paste. So yeah, it's a great way of just literally sharing a list of cars over to your colleague. Yeah. But obviously we do encourage to do it through the app for standardized reports and sharing those tabs and so on. But this is just another quick way, as Howard said, of just sharing a list with somebody just out by copying and pasting the URL.
Yeah,
good.
And that's it. I think I did 10. I think we got there.
Yeah. Well, I think it was certainly a good 9.5 anyway. So yeah,
thank
good
you.
effort. Okay, well, let's go back to the cameras then, and we'll wrap things up. So yeah. Good session, and another worthwhile list of tips to help you navigate around SalesMaster. So thank you for that, Howard.
No problem.
And don't forget everyone to subscribe to the SalesMaster channel on YouTube. Look out for these live streams. Let us know any content you'd like us to cover off. Just send a message through either on YouTube or through to the support team, or get in touch via the website, and we'll tailor these sessions to that content. So I think Annette's got some more top tips planned for us later on this month to conclude our piece. We're running another one next Friday, just before it's the end of the month, I think.
Yes, I think we are for next Friday.
So look out for that. As I say, subscribe to the channel. We'll put some messages out on LinkedIn and so on as well, just to let you know when we're going to go live. But that's all for now. So thanks very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.